Hey guys, what is up? I am Rosie and I am back with another movie review. This time I am reviewing the much underrated horror comedy film Jennifer's Body. So, Jennifer's Body stars Megan Fox as Jennifer and Amanda Seyfried as her best friend Needy. Excuse that sound in the background, you guys. People out here don't drive with sense. Anyway, Jennifer and Needy go to a club one night to see this band playing. And out of nowhere, the club burns down and a bunch of people in the town died. And it's a very sad event, of course. Now, Needy tried to get Jennifer to not go off with this band. She didn't know them, and Needy thought that they wanted to take her off to have sex with her because she's so beautiful. And come to find out later in the film that something else very sinister happened. Now, when Jennifer returned to Needy's house that night, she was different. She was bloody. She took a baked chicken from a store out of the fridge and threw it onto the floor and ate it. And then she starts spewing it up and retching up this black, evil-looking, disgusting gunk. She had blood on her teeth, and she was just not the Jennifer that Needy knew. So, at school the next day, Jennifer returns and it's like nothing ever happened. But she's a heartless bitch. Like, what happened at the club didn't mean anything to her. And Needy was, of course, depressed about it. And she's telling her, people died last night. And Jennifer's like, anybody we knew? And Needy goes, we know everybody. So it's just, just weird things that take place. And then the deaths start at the school. It starts off with her killing the football quarterback or halfback, or he was a football star at the school. And everybody loved him. And when that happens, you come to find out that Jennifer is now a demon. She's a succubus. And a succubus is a female demonic entity that uses her sexual prowess, her skill of seduction, to lure men into her clutches. And I think this movie was done a disservice by exploiting Amanda Seyfried and Megan Fox for being so beautiful. They called it Jennifer's Body instead of like the succubus or something like that. And they were given like a kissing scene, a very hot kissing scene, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I think it also did the movie a disservice because instead of exploring the women empowerment that's shown in the film, they exploit the fact that Megan Fox is beautiful and has a gorgeous body, and I think that's probably why the movie did so poorly in the box office, why it didn't get much money. And I think that people should give the movie another look. I had seen it years ago, not the whole film, of course. I saw like maybe towards the end of it. And what I saw of it, I kind of liked it, but I wasn't driven to just buy the movie and check it out more from the beginning until I saw some reviews on it the week of Halloween this year. And so I was like, well, I'll look for it and see what I think. So I found it for a good price on eBay, and I watched it. And I have two versions on the DVD that I have. I have the theatrical version and the unrated version. Of course, I watched the unrated version to see what maybe they didn't get to see in theaters. And I liked it. I mean, it's not the best horror film out there, but it is pretty good. And the comedy probably didn't hit well, so it wasn't very, very funny, but in a lot of ways it kind of was. It's hard to explain, but it is a good movie. It's better than people want to give it credit for. So, yeah, I like the movie, and Megan Fox does a great turn as Jennifer. She's the typical cool girl beauty that everybody in school wants. Well, except for Needy's boyfriend. He's more annoyed by her than anything. But so there aren't a whole lot of kills in the movie, which kind of surprised me. But there are enough that you know what she is. You get a sense for what she is and what she does and why she does it. And there's a fight scene between Jennifer and Needy toward the end, and it was a little bit confusing, but kind of not. Like when Needy tears the best friend necklace off of Jennifer, instead of hovering in the air like she was, she falls back to the bed. It was almost like Needy tearing that necklace off of her and expressing in that way that they aren't best friends anymore and there is no connection between them. It was like that weakened her in some way. And oh yeah, well, it turns out what happened with the band for Jennifer was that when she went off with the band, they took her to the woods near this waterfall. And instead of raping her, she made the mistake of telling them that she was a virgin and she doesn't know how to do sex. So they should just let her go and find somebody that knows how to do that. And she was really afraid. She was really scared. They tied her up and everything, and she was crying and begging them for her life, saying, "I'll do whatever you want to do." And they were just taunting her, making fun of her, singing 8675309, by Tommy Two Tone, and because her name's Jenny. And they sacrificed her so that they could become a huge band, because they're an indie band. And they were like, "Do you know how hard it is for an indie band like us to make it? Because we're all cute and blah blah blah." And that was why they did it. They were sacrificing her to Satan, and they thought that she was a virgin, so they did that so they could make it big. And whereas they were nothing the night they played at the club, the next day they're suddenly heroes. They lied and said that they saved a lot of people from the club, and people actually started believing it, using their song as the unofficial anthem for the town and the tragedies and stuff. And it was just really kind of sickening to see. But Needy, well, she got some much needed revenge at the very end of the film, like at the closing credits. And I think that did a disservice to the film also, because it was kind of rushed through when they could have explored that more. They could have shown her stalking the band and getting to their hotel room and sneaking in and excuse me, and doing what she did to them to get revenge. But they instead just rushed through it to show you that, yeah, they got their comeuppance. And then you see on a CCTV camera that it was Needy who did that to the band. But you don't see them because she killed them off camera, which sucked. And like I said, it did a disservice to the movie. So I think that was a mistake to just rush through it like that when they could have done so much more with it. So for Jennifer's Body, I give it 4 stars because yes, it could have been better. It was exploitative and the comedy didn't really land that well for me, but the horror aspect of it was pretty good. It wasn't that scary for me. It was kind of gory, but they just could have explored so much more with this movie instead of letting it hit the way it did. So I give it a good 4 stars, 3.5, 4 stars. And yeah, I think it's underrated. I think it should be given another look and just looked at for what it is. You know, quit looking at Megan Fox as some stupid, beautiful girl. She's got more brains than anybody ever gives her credit for. And she did a good job with it. So did Amanda Seyfried. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it and can't wait to watch it again. So that's my movie review for Jennifer's Body. I hope you guys give it another look. Thank you so much for wasting time with me. I love you so very much. And I hope to see you guys on the next upload.